Well, on time is exactly what I am this Finity Friday. This is, I mean, alert the media. I'm on time. I can't believe it. Actually, it says 6:01, but I cannot believe that I'm not late. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not late. This is really something. But what I didn't get to do is, I print out my stories. Um because I don't know about you, but I take Fridays very seriously. I'm Josephinity. I'm the one in charge of this whole thing. I invented Fridays. I take Fridays very seriously, and I was gonna highlight my story, and I didn't get to do that. So we'll see. We'll see how I do with this whole reading thing. Hey, I got another Facebook page. I love Facebook so much that I have two pages now. Hey, Ralph, Amanda, Caleb, Jessica Bazan. By the way, speaking of celebrity birthdays, Jessica has a birthday this weekend. Speaking of celebrity birthdays, we'll get to that in a minute. Do you remember when Entertainment Tonight, is that still around? Do you recall when Entertainment Tonight used to do those celebrity birthdays? Do you remember that? They still do it? Or I don't know if they're still on. By the way, speaking of not knowing what's going on. Oh, wait, how do I do that? Hold on. We have to talk about this. Breaking news out of Hollywood, for real. A few hours ago, it was announced. We've got several stories tonight that I'm going to cover that I am not that interested in, but I have a responsibility as the CEO and founder of Friday to do this. Okay, let me go to. Has anyone gone to the old new Josephinity Facebook page, or do you even know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? The old new. Where's my other phone? The old new. If you go to facebook.com/finity, you will see my old personal page has been they were distracting me. They're over after 6.5 years and they're still distracting me. If someone could go, it's gonna be a long Finity Friday. Wait, what? Hold on, breaking news. Oh, this is great. Look at what Ralph just said. Amanda, hey, look at what Ralph just said. Ralph says he's at dinner tuning in while he's at dinner. That is amazing. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Something we have not done before. Happy Friday. I'm Josephinity. You're welcome. All right, here's the thing. We are going to go onto my personal page. If you have not friended me, I'm back. So my personal page is back up and running. This is where you can see all my nudes and everything. Um. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm trying to share what we have going on here on my personal page. Does anyone know how to do that? Stand by. We're going to get to the. Don't worry. We'll talk about them. I misspelled. I put Kim there because I couldn't spell Kardashian. So I put. It was originally going to. I love answering questions no one asks. It was originally going to be Kardashian-West split, and I thought I don't know how to spell Kardashian. It was too much to figure it out, and I like having gone this far in my life not knowing how to spell Kardashian for sure. So I was just like, let's just do Kim Kanye, and then I misspelled Kanye. Look, I can't even say it right. I misspelled Kanye. And then I was just like, you know what? Let's turn it into a math problem. Kim plus Kanye equals over. After 6.5 years of marriage, the two have announced that it's over. Paul in Tennessee, we're going to talk about your guy too. Paul in Tennessee actually worked with someone who we'll be talking about tonight. They have a radio history. Hint, hint. They've got a radio history. Okay, how do I. Okay, I'm going to hit the share button. Wouldn't that be funny if you hit the share button and Madonna popped up? Okay. Okay, I'm going to share from my page. Wait, I have like 15 million. Okay, hold on. Is that what I want to share to? Hold on, everyone. Stand by. I don't know about this. Hold on, everyone. We'll get the show started in a minute. Hey, we've got people from around the world tuning in. I think we have, is it Brazil? Do we have Brazil in the house tonight? Have you ever been to one of those Finity Fridays where we have a really long delayed start? Do you know what I'm talking about? Live right now on. Oh, I hate autocorrect. I'm too, I'm too smart for autocorrect. And then of course when I want to say something, it always turns it into duck. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you been there? Should I start the show? I hear pacing outside. Like get your show on the road. It's my show. If I want to start in 5 minutes versus now, that's what I'm gonna do. That's not the right page. Okay, screw it. I guess I'll just do the show. Hi, I'm Joseph Finity. It's Friday, Finity Friday, February 19th, 6:06 Pacific, below my standards time. I'm glad you're here with me. I'm so glad you're here. Look, I didn't have time to highlight my reading, and I have a bit of a reading disability. Did you know that? We've never talked about that. And so if it is really strange, it's because I didn't have time to do this. Oh, I'm in a playful mood tonight. That's part of the problem. Okay, we have Ralph in Texas tuning in while at dinner on a date. We've got Caleb down in Tennessee tuning in. We've got Jessica, who has a celebrity birthday this weekend. We have Amanda, who's my new bestie. Met her on Clubhouse. Obsessed. I need to seek treatment for my Clubhouse addiction. I'm not kidding. This is crazy. Met this lovely, lovely Amanda on Clubhouse. We're now besties. Got her number, all that kind of stuff. Brand new podcast. Tommy just released a podcast. You guys know Tommy, right? Go to fenity.live. You're going to see, posting this tonight actually, Tommy just released me on his brand new podcast. It is out today. It's 70 nonstop minutes, 70 nonstop minutes of me and Tommy talking back and forth. He asked me so many good questions. It's my favorite Josephinity interview. I hadn't done one in a while. Nobody calls me up and says be on their podcast. Tommy did. Tommy, can you drop the link in here, the Spotify link? That way everyone can, well, right before you drop the link, say, don't click this, put asterisk, don't asterisk, click this now, and then put the link. That makes sense? Say, don't click this now, everyone. After Finity Friday, go watch this. Paul, also in Tennessee, who's tracking something down for me, by the way. Amanda's my new bestie, and Amanda and Caleb are in love. All right, so big news out of Hollywood is my understanding, and we'll do this and get it over with. All right. According to my HP printer, Kim Kardashian-West filed for divorce from Kanye West today, Finity Friday, after 6.5 years of marriage, court records show. The move brings an impending end to one of the most followed celebrity unions of the 21st century, the marriage of a reality TV star and a hip-hop and fashion phenomenon with 4 kids, a vast fortune to split, and even more fame. Look, here's my idea of a celebrity. A reality star, kind of famous for being famous, kind of that type of star, you know what I mean? That type of, new kind of star. Anna Nicole Smith. That's what I like. Because she was real. Real what? She, before her life ended, there was $500 million at stake at the U.S. Supreme Court. That's what, right? She doesn't get credit for that. Going from a Houston stripper. Anyway. Kardashian seeking joint custody of the children. I guess that's their children. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Their joint custody of kids, filing. I mean, it's like every other divorce, but lots more money and attention, okay? There's a prenuptial agreement. Makes sense. That'll determine how their assets will be divided. Love that story. It cites irreconcilable differences. Heard of that. For their breakup. Doesn't list a separation date. Page 2. What's the next story, just so I can look ahead for my own sake? Oh, Ted Cruz. Good. That'll be more fun. Okay. The couple began dating in 2012 and had their first child in 2013. West proposed later that year. What did he propose? Oh, he proposed to her, I guess. Okay. Using a giant screen at the empty waterfront ballpark of the San Francisco Giants. And 2 got married in May 24, 2014 in a ceremony at a Renaissance fortress in Florence. The beginning of the end of the marriage comes after the September announcement that the show that made her family's name, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, was coming to an end in 2021 after 14 years of hell. It was the first marriage for West, 43 years old, and the third for Kim Kardashian, 40. While the union isn't blah, blah, blah. What else? Marriage to former. Oh, okay. So Kim Kardashian was previously married to Chris Humphries. I guess I remember that. Her first marriage, though, was at the age of 19 in the year 2000 to music producer Damon Thomas. That lasted until '04, so like 3-4 years. And in 2011, she married Humphries. Blah blah blah. Okay. Deleted tweets. Kris Jenner. Okay, here we go. Here's the drama, or why drama is drama, right? Why are they calling it tea? Why do people call it tea? I don't even like tea. Finity Friday. I'm Joseph Finity. Friday means finity. Keep up with the Kardashians. I can't even keep up with myself. I can't even imagine keep up with the Kardashians. I can't even spell the Kardashians. The news we're talking about is the fact that Kanye West, 43-year-old rapper, Kim Kardashian, 40-year-old Kim Kardashian, are divorcing after 6.5 years of a marriage I knew nothing about. That's what she said. Okay, and what I'm hearing here is that she, Kim, filed for divorce less than 3 months later. What? That's 2012. Okay, I'm jumping ahead to the next paragraph. Should have used this. In one of these since deleted tweets, I guess, in July 2020, West said he's been trying to divorce Kardashian. He said he's been trying to divorce Kardashian. He also said, according to this AP report, based on a deleted tweet — I love deleted tweets. Deleted tweets are the best because those are where all the good tea is. Okay. Kardashian said her. I'm sorry. Allegedly, Kanye West said that the mother, Kris Jenner, was a tyrant and that the family was trying to force him into psychiatric treatment. Brilliant and complicated. Heard of it. Kanye West has not tweeted since election night. Kim Kardashian was silent Finity Friday on social media. Hey, tonight at 10 Eastern, I will be. I'm just looking at my motions in the monitor, and I can tell you right now, when I go back and look at this Finity Friday, I'm gonna. Every now and then, I can watch myself and be entertained. Every now and then, and I feel like tonight, I never know it when it's happening, but when I look back, I'm like, oh, that was interesting. Tommy says, don't click now, and don't you dare. If I see any of you dropping out and going over to Spotify, I swear to God, just put this on your clipboard. Clipboard, Tommy's show. Tommy says, oh, Tommy, do I still have that? Tommy sent me a little note on how to say his last name, because while Tommy's last name is said exactly like it looks, there was still something that I didn't get right. Let's see. Gerasi, like it's an S instead of a C. Tommy Gerasi. I love audio memos. Tommy Gerasi's podcast is out now. The latest episode, this Finity Friday, is about Finity Friday. And Tommy was one of my favorite people. Not that I've interviewed a lot, but I will tell you, I've been interviewed a few times. Tommy, you're one of my faves. You were so good. You got me to talk about stuff that I typically don't talk about. Few exclusives. 70 nonstop minutes of me and Tommy going back and forth. He's in New York. I'm in LA. We're doing this long distance podcast. It was amazing. It was so great. Tune in after Finity Friday. Also, when you're done with that, 10 o'clock, go to YouTube, because guess what? I'm going live to Texas, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But first, can we have a discussion about this guy? What do we think? By the way, do we have any comments, questions, concerns, anything about Kim Kardashian, or can we move on? Please say we can move on. Rich is over in Oceanside. Can you guys see? Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Please send me your Venmo and your Cash App and your PayPal. By the way, sorry, I have to do everything around here except get my own wine. Look, like straight from the box. I appreciate that so much. I'm Joseph Finity. This is Finity Friday. I go live every Friday night, so you don't have to. This is one of Rich Cruz's photo books. It's not a photo book. It's a quotation book. It's Happiness Quotations, Calm During Uncertainty. Heard of it? Uh-huh. Okay, I'm sending this over to Kim and Kanye. Hey, I yes. Uh-huh. It's personally signed. I love that. So go get this. It's really good. It's the best $10 you'll ever spend. It has all of Rich Cruz's photos, many of Rich Cruz's photos, uh, with companion quotes from one of his besties who has great quotes. So like, what a great thing to pick up on the coffee table and like, love that story. Anyway, Rich Cruz, we had a coffee date recently. Love him. We got to talk about Ted Cruz, from Rich Cruz to Ted Cruz. Love that. This is a book we definitely need during these times, says Caleb Andrews. Kim Who, no questions. Top Finity Fave Eileen Angel says, no further questions. Thank God, I was hoping you'd say that. I was hoping you would say that. Oh, and Eileen says she wants Rich's book just solely based on the cover. Right? I think I'm going to use this for my book cover. I don't even know what my book is about, but I know that this will be the cover no matter what it's about. Going live? No. Would it be going live? No. An interview tonight at 10 Eastern on youtube.com/finity. youtube.com/finity, 10 p.m. Eastern. I will explain to you why I'm quote-unquote going to Texas. Speaking of Texas, Ted Cruz, heard of him? Not the author of this book. Amanda, what are you doing? How's Brazil? I really want to come down there and visit you. I'm not even kidding. I don't know about this flying during COVID-19. I don't know how I feel about that, but I know how Ted Cruz feels about that. I'm groaning too. There are a lot of things we'll be talking about today. Well, this is nothing compared to who we'll get to. Joseph Finity here, Finity Friday. You're welcome to the weekend. I haven't said that yet. You're welcome to the weekend. Ted Cruz is being slammed for reportedly leaving a pet poodle at home during his Cancun trip. Wait, what? You didn't know he went on a trip to Cancun? You haven't heard? He can travel, can he? I mean, why is this a problem? That's what I want to know. Why is it a problem that Ted went on vacation? It's a free country, ain't it? Between Mr. Cruz, Senator Cruz, and Mrs. Kardashian-West, I'm not saying I had to do double. I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of paper on politics, and I just couldn't. Okay. So we all know that Texas has been frozen out. Texas was frozen. I just spoke with a family member down in Texas for the first time today. They were without power for 2 days. 2 days. It was insane. They ran out of this stuff. Can I just have a sip? You mind if I have a sip? Is that okay? Just give me one. Just hold on one second. Is that apple juice? Someone's trying to tell me something. Okay. Well, okay, so Senator Ted Cruz, Republican Senator of Texas, Ted Cruz, while his state I don't even know where to begin. I should have brought on a special guest, an expert to talk about what has gone on in the state of Texas. I did not even know. I lived in Texas for like 18 years, 17 and a half. Bye-bye. I lived in Texas for like a big chunk of my life. I'm sure I knew about this, but I don't recall knowing or really thinking much about the fact that we were on our own grid, our own power grid. In Texas, you get used to being on your, we'll get to him in a minute. In Texas, you get used to being in your own world a lot, and that's kind of what I'm doing out here in LA. But you really get used to being in your own world a lot. So when you realize things are different in Texas, you're like, oh, well, that's normal. That of course we're on our own grid. We're Texas. Lots of questions about what is going on with these rolling blackouts. How much of the rolling blackouts were necessary? Should Texas be part of the other national grids, power grids? Because for the first time in a long time, Texas reached single-digit temperatures. We're talking about places like Houston. Houston's 20 minutes from the ocean. The Houston Bay Area, the other Bay Area, Houston Bay Area. We're talking about San Antonio. That would be South Texas, a few hours north of Mexico. We're talking about every single part of Texas was cold as hell. Um, hell, cold as I was gonna say another word, but I can't say that. But hell, that's warm. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It was cold as ice. Anyway, snow everywhere, power outages, and a senator who was like, "I'm getting the hell out of here." I don't blame him, but I wouldn't have done it. I would have stuck around and done, I don't know, maybe a virtual phone bank for citizens, like apparently Beto O'Rourke of El Paso did. I don't know. I'm not picking faves. You know me. I've already got my faves. I don't need new ones. Ted Cruz hopped a flight, getting out of here. He's like, bye, see ya. Senator Cruz has faced fierce blowback for fleeing his state as a disaster unfolded. Wouldn't be the first time. Text messages sent by his wife. By the way, text messages sent between family and friends were leaked to news media. That's when you know you've got great friends, right? Oh, that's when you know you've got great friends, when the next day it's in the papers. Oh, that is a group message that you can really trust. Text messages revealed a hastily planned trip, a trip to get away from their, quote, all caps, freezing family home. Let's see. Cruz had a frigid home without electricity this week, just like a lot of people in the state of Texas. Unlike many I know in Texas, Senator Cruz, got out of Texas, fleeing Houston, hopping a midweek afternoon flight to Cancun, Mexico. Oh, a great place to go during COVID-19, let me tell you. They stayed at a luxury resort, a little holiday, little getaway. Oh my gosh. So anyway, photos spread of this, the family, Mr. Cruz's family, boarding this paradise-bound flight. That you know how that goes when those photos get everywhere. Anyway, where is the part about the there's a dog. They've got a poodle apparently. The poodle's name is Snowflake. I'm not making this up. The Cruz poodle is named Snowflake, and Snowflake was left behind. So when they went on this trip, which by the way, Senator Cruz was scheduled to return tomorrow. So his original flight back to his home state, where it's cold, by the way, that was scheduled for Saturday. He hopped back Wednesday, I guess, once he saw the drama. For more than 12 hours after the airport departure, photos first emerged. This is when he first left this week. Mr. Cruz's office declined to comment on his whereabouts. The Houston police, however, confirmed that the senator's office had sought their assistance for his trip on Wednesday. One more time. Houston PD confirmed that the senator's office had sought PD assistance, police assistance, for his airport trip on Wednesday. Let me explain what that means. So when a high-profile individual such as Senator Cruz travels, they often have PD police for security. Let me just see if I can get that quote. Here we go. Oh, do these have numbers on them? Should have used. Okay. While the city of Houston was gripped by the freezing weather on Wednesday, a member of Cruz's staff contacted personnel within Houston Police at George Bush Airport in Houston ahead of his flight, requesting, quote, assistance. They said that the police had, whatever. Okay. Point is, everyone thought it was bad timing to flee your state and leave all your constituents, everyone. Leave all the citizens of Texas out, in the, not dust, but the snow dust. I don't know. So that's what's happening. The big drama is Snowflake. That was the poodle left behind. There are photos of Snowflake. Go Google Snowflake online. You will find Snowflake, the poodle, was left behind. I'm not saying that he was left totally alone. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. All I know is that he left all of the people that voted for him, all of the people that didn't vote for him. Hey, join me tonight on YouTube for an interview. I go down to Texas to see what's up, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But here, that's the address. Right here, I'll give you a chance to write it down. What's going on in your world? What are you guys up to? Don't worry, we got a couple more stories. Hey, Isaac is here. Look at Isaac. He is working on this really cool book, and Isaac is the one. Isaac is the one who introduced me to Clubhouse. We'll talk about that in a minute. My obsession with Clubhouse. Oh my God, it's like never-ending obsession with Clubhouse. Here's what Paul in Tennessee says. Paul says, and I love Paul. I heard one of your recent reports. It was so good. Paul says, bad for optics for Cruz, even though there's not really a role for him in this. The governor has asked for a disaster declaration, which the president granted. Boom, boom, boom. Fact, fact, fact. Eileen still can't get over the fact that Ted Cruz has a poodle named Snowflake. Even I would not have a poodle named Snowflake. Maybe I would have like I would have a Dalmatian named like Icicle, but I would not have you know what I'm saying? Like it'd just be different. Isaac is working on some cool stuff. He got me in. Okay, to get into Clubhouse, like any other Clubhouse, you must be invited to get into Clubhouse. I was invited. I was invited by Isaac, and we will be forever linked because we're in this amazing Clubhouse. So I think we're going to have to do something where we combine Finity Friday and Clubhouse. That way we can like, I don't know, maybe we'll do something live on here. Like maybe I can put Clubhouse up over here or something. Join me tonight at 10 Eastern on YouTube. I'm going to be speaking with my Uncle Bill. Of course I have an Uncle Bill. We all have an Uncle Bill. My Uncle Bill is in Texas. He just got power a few hours ago after over 2 days with no power. He's telling me how he survived. You are going to, it's Affinity first. You are going to meet Affinity family member. I've never interviewed a member of my family ever until now. So join me tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on YouTube. We will be talking with Uncle Bill. Oh, it's, you're going to love it. Rush Limbaugh, heard of him? I grew up listening to him. Dr. Laura, Rush Limbaugh, Paul Harvey, good day. What else was on at the time? I always thought it was cool that Paul Harvey could dip in and out of, he just had those few-minute segments, and I just love that. Because I don't like to work a full week. I prefer to work 1 hour a week. Finity Friday, fenity.live, you're welcome. What is... Whoa. Ooh. Isaac's with me. Grew up listening to him, couldn't stand him. I was really... I'm always... even if I can't stand someone, I'm always interested in how they're able to capture people's attention, which Rush sure did. Rush sure captured attention. Chris, of course, has a comment about radio because... By the way, Chris, I thought of you tonight. I'll tell you why in a minute. Chris in San Francisco says Paul Harvey was the best. He was so good. He was so good at what he did. He was so good. I thought about Chris tonight because I don't know what I saw or what we said, but I just remember how great Chris's audio sounded when he came to talk to me about at the tone. Pacific Standard Time will be 6:29 and 30 seconds. When Chris came on Finity Friday and fenity.live to talk about popcorn, remember time and temperature, the retiring of the time and temperature system. And anyway, I thought about you recently because or tonight, because I was like trying to get this mic. I had to get the lights right so that there was no shadow on the mic. And I just remember I've got to have this mic up here, just like any good radio event. Even though I'm about visuals now with this damn Finity Live crap, I remembered what you said or what we talked about or something happened at the beginning of our thing where it's like, I don't know. I'll go back and look. I can't remember what it was, but I just had a visual of you getting up close to the microphone. And I was like, oh, I need to be like Chris and make sure I stay close to the mic. By the way, what Chris did wrong is he didn't do a disclaimer like Tommy did. Like Tommy did a great not safe for Finity Friday disclaimer. Tommy's disclaimer said, don't click this now. Chris just threw it up there and said, go listen to this. Oh, Chris, I want to be on your new show, by the way. I practiced with Tommy. Tommy had me on his podcast. Isaac is probably going to have me in one of his clubhouse rooms. And I want to be on your new BFF podcast. BFF? I think it's BFF. I want to be on your new radio show in San Francisco. I really want to do that. Let me be involved. Mark Levin is Isaac's question. Lots of see, Isaac's good. He knows a lot of the radio people. That's great. That's great. Yes, after Finity Friday, go to youtube.com/Finity and go to Tommy's podcast and go to Chris's radio show. I highly recommend the KQED audio that Chris just posted. And I believe, breaking news, I just got an invitation to go on Chris's radio show. Chris's radio show is alive and well. Rush Limbaugh has passed away of cancer, stage 4 lung cancer, at 70 years old, which, by the way, I don't know why, but I just thought Rush was older. Doesn't he seem older? Like, not like 80, but more like 75 or older, right? I mean, 70 is young. This happened on Wednesday. As I said, Limbaugh had been suffering from stage 4 lung cancer. Here's something interesting that I found that just... And we don't have to talk about Rush, I don't think, because Rush for my entire lifetime, I've always heard Rush talked about, and it was usually Rush talking about it. And I don't think I do a very good job of talking about Rush, because I think Rush Limbaugh did a much better job at talking about Rush Limbaugh than I ever could. Does that make sense? I am so sad when anyone dies. I'm so sad when anyone dies. And I just hope that when I die, because spoiler alert, I will. I don't know if you heard this, but none of you are getting out alive. You heard it here first. None of you will die. Hopefully not tonight, but it will happen. But let's hope that they find clips of us, or pictures of us, or stories about us, and they see us as doing more good than bad, more productive than harmful. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. But Rush is a voice we all knew. I don't think I can say we all love, but we all knew that voice. And I think we can all agree on one other thing about Rush Limbaugh. He was very good at what he did. Be that. Be your version of good at what you do. I'm Joseph Finity. I'm good at everything. I don't know if that's true. I am host of fenity.live, by the way. I'm CEO and founder of Finity Friday. Go to fenity.live. Follow me at Finity on Twitter. I've got a blue check mark, so you know I'm a real person. I'm on Instagram at Finity.live. What else do I have? OnlyFans? No. We will speak in a moment. Caleb had a question about Clubhouse. We're going to talk about that in a second. I want to point out something that was not covered with the Rush thing. This is interesting. I don't know if I agree with this. You ready for this? You know what the governor of Florida is doing? Governor DeSantis in Florida says that he is going to order flags to be lowered. Lowering the flags for Rush Limbaugh. No. The answer is no. No. That's not how this works. No. No. Straight up no from Josephinity. No, don't lower the, don't do that. I hope he doesn't circle back with this and actually do it. I hope he just forgets about it. You can't lower half staff. I don't think so. No. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I'm going to stop just saying no, but I just, no. Following the death of conservative talk show host Rush Limbaugh, he says he's going to lower the flags. I don't know about that. Can we reserve that for, like, presidents? Most of them. Can we reserve that for, like, Madonna? I don't know. I don't know if Rush Limbaugh is who we need to lower flags for. But anyway, bless his heart, which is something he might have been lacking. All right. Peace be with everyone involved. Whatever. You know, I go back and edit a lot of these for YouTube because I feel like what I do live is not necessarily what I want to be carried over to YouTube. And I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this will be a heavily edited show because I think I have my poker face is gone. I think I have a lot of extra, verbal diarrhea, whatever you want to call it, verbal diarrhea. I've got a lot of, extra stuff happening. But you like it, don't you? You like it. Eileen in New York says, can we reserve that for the lowering of a flag for people who actually do some good? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Paul just checked. Oh, I love Eileen and Paul always check facts. They might be on different sides of the political spectrum from time to time, but who cares? They're fact checkers. Yes, please. And both Tennessee people. Just checked. This applies to Florida state flags. Yes, that is what I was trying to say. By the way, I was saying it was only applying to Florida, but apparently once funeral arrangements are made, that's what the governor of Florida wants to do. He wants to lower the flags. I don't think that we should be lowering flags for talk show hosts unless they're me. Cody says, nope, flag should not be lowered. Isaac is from Florida. Isaac, what do you think? You're from there. You tell us. You school us, my friend. You tell us, should they be lowered or not for Rush? Catching up on these comments. Didn't they lower them for Michael Jackson? I don't know. Isaac, I wouldn't be surprised if they did lower them for Michael Jackson. But again, lowering them for whatever. We'll talk about this another day. No, we won't because I see more. Sorry. Fasten your seatbelt, folks. I got whiplash too. Don't worry. Governor Chris Christie, who maybe was on vacation with Cruz. I'm just kidding. Governor Chris Christie, according to Paul, did the same in New Jersey when Whitney Houston died. Okay. All right. So if they were lowered for Whitney, if they were half staff for Michael Jackson. Hey, look, my hometown has a Josephinity Day where we added pole to the flag. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, goop, taking it up a notch. Okay, these are all messed up. I don't know what's happening next. I used to have a producer, but he stopped showing up about a year ago. That's old. It's fun, like around like late Saturday, early Sunday, I come in here and I go, what is this mess? Oh, yeah, it was Finity Friday. You think the show is confusing? Imagine sitting here and trying to do it. I have no idea what's happening next until I click. Oh, Dolly. Okay, great. Ahead of schedule. Far too much divisiveness. Isaac is correct. Yeah, super far right. Yeah, super. I don't like anything super far. I don't like going downtown because that's super far. Does that make sense? So if you're super far anything, I'm super over here. Does that? Yeah. YouTube.fenity.live. YouTube.fenity.live. You go there. You subscribe to my YouTube page, which later tonight you'll see a great interview. Chris, keep me posted. I would love to be on your show. Count me in. I will do whatever it takes to be on your new show. Congratulations on it, by the way. It looks really good. It really looks really good. And I heard some bits and pieces. I got to hear a full episode. Probably sounds really good. He never talked about it, but Rush raised and gave to... Oh, interesting. A lot of these people who have... it's interesting. Paul was just talking about people who give to charity. I heard that about Don Imus, too, and I didn't know much about that. Or much about Don giving donations. But then he had that cancer, that ranch for kids with cancer. I mean, there are Don Imus, that was. There are so many people who do so many great things and you just don't hear about it. Unless you're Dolly Parton, everyone hears about it somehow. She's so good with PR. Great. Isaac is now subscribing to Josephinity on YouTube. Best choice he's made all day. All right, in the remaining few moments that we have here, what's happening next? I can't wait to go back and edit this for YouTube. Okay, what do we think? Should Dolly get a statue in her home state of Tennessee? Yes or no? Vote now. Just reminded myself of Trump because Trump would drink water and other things. He would drink with, holding. And I do it too. What does that mean? I do it. I'm kind of a control freak, so I think it's about control. And I don't want to spill. I don't want to make a mistake. I guess I don't know. I hold it too like that. All right. Caleb says, "Heck yeah!" I wonder what he's talking about. Oh, probably YouTube. Yes. Okay. So Tommy, who, by the way, I'm on Tommy's new podcast, just came out today. This Finity Friday at 70 nonstop minutes. So you get bored of this. Wait till you see me when I'm super comfortable, because I'm not super comfortable with all these lights. So much. I mean, I like the attention. I just don't like the. Does that make sense? It's like, I don't like to have to like put on my one clean shirt and do this. I love podcast audio only. Go listen to Tommy's show. It's so good. He interviews me. We talk for 70 non-stop minutes, and that's the edited down version. It's so good, and you can hear me in my element. Oh my God, I love it. If it weren't for COVID-19, I would not be doing this show. We would have something audio only, but here we are. You know what Dolly said? Dolly said, "Thank you, state of Tennessee, for proposing that we give me a statue." As you know, she's from East Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee. As you know, Dolly has become one of the most loved creatures on this planet for very good reasons. And what she said, though, is she said, and I didn't print it out, but whatever. Dolly said, at this time, with everything that's going on in the world, especially in the United States, she said it would be inappropriate, or she didn't use the word inappropriate, but it's just not the right time to be giving her a statue. With everything that's happening, maybe other... Here's the deal. What people are like, oh my God, I'm so impressed by Dolly being so humble and blah, blah. And yeah, great. Whatever. Sorry, I got distracted. Where were we? Okay, Dolly. So people are saying this is great. She's so nice. She's so sweet. She's so humble that she thinks now is not a good time for. Okay, Dolly's also doing this for herself too. She knows that it's only a matter of time before we get mad at her over something. Am I correct with this? Is this a controversial opinion? I don't know. But yes, everyone's right that she's humble and she's sweet and I get that she has the best of intentions, saying, obviously, no, it's not the time for a statue. But she also knows that it's only a matter of time before we rip hers down. Does that make sense? I mean, face it. She's like, basically, she's saying, thanks, but no thanks. Keep me out of this. Y'all are crazy right now. That's what Dolly's thinking. That's what Joseph Fenity thinks Dolly Parton is thinking. I don't want to get, you guys figure out what you want first. She's too smart for this crap. Dolly Parton is thinking, oh, you want to give me a statue in 2021? You guys figure out exactly what you want. Figure out what you want, then come to me. Because I don't want to be involved with this. She knows to remain. She will never say anything about politics ever, even a little bit. And I love that. That's amazing. She's like, Eileen agrees with me. Eileen's like, don't. It's not just Dolly being nice and humble. It's better than that. It's more than that. It's Dolly being smart. The one thing that she's had this whole time, other than those two other things she's had, but the one thing she's like, I'm not whatever you guys are doing, I'm over here and we'll catch up again. We'll be in touch. Dolly's like, we'll be in touch. Don't get me in the middle of whatever the heck is happening. Let me remind you, Dolly has a water park called Dixie Stampede. Dolly's done a good job of just don't go there with me. Don't go there with me. And I'm not going to go there with her because she's too good. She's too good to deal with that drama. Yep. Paul's mentioning Dolly's also been great at charity, and oh my God, the millions and millions of books that she's given to her home state to help people read. Her own father couldn't read, and she thought it was important to give the gift of reading to these kids in her home state of the great, beautiful state of Tennessee, which I need to go visit. Oh God, I haven't been to Tennessee in a long, long time. Caleb Andrews asked about Clubhouse. Raise your hand if. Oh my God, we're going long. What? Don't we have things to be doing? What the hell? Caleb Andrews asked about Clubhouse. Caleb, we got to catch you up. Caleb sent me a text the other day, and he said, "Oh, here's my PayPal." And I'm like, "Oh my God, Caleb, Venmo, Cash App, Bitcoin." Oh no, Caleb's still on PayPal. We have got to get his cassette tapes and upgrade Caleb now. I'm telling you. Anyway, Caleb. Yes, Clubhouse is brand new. It's super exciting. It's drop-in audio chat. It's basically Zoom with strangers and no video. It's amazing. You meet everyone there. And message Isaac. He'll get you an invite. Message Isaac. He'll get you an invite. Intelligent life. Let's talk about it. Raise your hand if you're intelligent. Me too. Okay, so we've landed on Mars. Perseverance has landed. That's the name of the what is it called? The little ship, the little thing that landed. Anyway, by the way, go look up the videos of Perseverance on Mars because, and I'm sorry, the renderings of it, because basically it's this little rover type thing. But here's the best part. We've seen that before. It's neat, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's magical. But this one has a companion guy in the sky following him. I'm not saying this right. Okay, so it's this little roving thing on the surface of Mars, but it has a companion. I'm saying the same thing over. It has a little friend flying above him with solar I whatever, we'll talk about it another time, but the point is that you need to go look up how this is working, Perseverance on Mars, because the Perseverance go-kart thingy, I knew I should have done my research. It has a kite flying with him. Whatever, just direct message me later and I'll explain to you all of it. Um, any final request? Any remaining request? Later this evening, I want you to join me on YouTube because at youtube.com/finity this evening, I will be going live with my Uncle Bill down in small town Texas. That's where I'm from. That's why I'm like this. And Uncle Bill is going to give me the 411. Did we still say that? He's going to tell me all about what it was like to go 2.5 days without power in 8-digit temperatures in the Texas Hill Country, a place that's normally like 99 degrees. It's now 1 degree, and he's going to talk to us about what it was like. No power, no electricity. Guess that's the same thing. No TV, no nothing. No wine. He ran out of wine. I'm Joseph Finity. This is Finity Friday. You're welcome to the weekend, just your first stop of what becomes a great 48-hour period. Your Saturday and Sunday is amazing, thanks to me. Friday means Finity. Tell your friends to go to josephfinity.com. Tell them to bookmark fenity.live. Tell them to follow at fenity.live, at Finity on Twitter. Get your life together. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you love all the topics we talked about. I want to say thank you to Isaac in Arkansas. I want to say thank you to Alabama. No, Arkansas. I was right. I'm always right. My gut knows it. I want to say thank you to Isaac. I want to say thank you to Caleb. I want to say thank you to Cody. Cody in San Diego, who's done some great graphics for me lately. Oh my God, Cody's amazing. I want to say thank you to Eileen and Paul in Tennessee. Things are sweeter in Tennessee. I want to say thank you to Tommy for letting me on his podcast. Not having me, letting me on his podcast. I want to say thanks again to Isaac for subscribing to my YouTube, youtube.com/finity. Who else? Jessica has a birthday. Happy birthday, Jessica. And here we go. Another extended, long, supersized Finity Friday. You guys were great. You're not always this great, so do this more often, would you please? I'll see you later this evening and in the morning on youtube.com/finity. And I hope you have a really great weekend. Be safe. Be warm. See you soon.